The Urban Carry holster is really unique. It's different. This is something that I'm really happy I got. I've really enjoyed wearing it. This fits in a place in which you are not worried about being mugged or worried about responding immediately. You're going to be looking at a 2 to 5 second draw time. It's held up just fine. It's loosened up as leather should. No fraying, no weak points. It's deep concealment, and you can't draw from the seated position. You have to be standing. Now, while for a lot of people that may be just a deal breaker, entirely, something like walking around your house all the time, being around children, going to the bathroom, super convenient, unlike a lot of holsters. Going number 2 in a public restroom, super convenient with this thing. You'll never have to worry about losing your firearm, leaving it, retaining it while it's in its holster. You will never have to worry about this with this holster. And when you have advance notice and you need to carry for an extended period of time and you need to carry comfortably and you don't have to worry about being mugged or someone, necessarily identifying you immediately, but maybe identifying someone else and then you responding to that, this is an excellent holster. How it works, it's these 2 cut pieces of leather that are stitched together. The front face of it folds over. Your belt goes through here. There's a gap here. That's where your pant loop would go, and your belt would pass through these 2 loops, including your pant loop, as it's folded over. There's a magnet sewn in here, and then it folds over and is magnetized. And your firearm would sit in about your front thigh, and as you draw up, it would transfer to your appendix and then be presented above your belt. The firearm sits in this pocket here. It has sort of a symmetrical shape, and your non-shooting hand would, as it sits like this, and this would be your pant, and this would be your belt right here. Your non-firing hand would pull on this, draw up, and your firearm would present itself. The length of the firearm is not a concern. If you're worried about how long your firearm is and will it fit, the real concern is how long your magazine is. If you have a flush fit mag on for instance, like a Shield 9, then you're going to be fine. If you're carrying most 380 pistols, you're going to be fine. The extended magazines are best to keep as a spare mag because in terms of drawing, they're going to really hang you up where your belt circles around your body. It's going to get hung up on your belt as you pull up. So if you have an extended mag, it's going to hang you up. If you have a flush fit mag, it's going to come up easier. It's not a Kydex holster, it's not a stiff leather holster in the sense that your firearm's not going to be in a consistent position as you draw up, and sometimes your firearm's going to sort of wiggle up, or you may have to pull to get the firearm up to where you can draw it. You're definitely going to want to practice with it. Definitely want to practice with it dry. You definitely want to practice with it with your different clothing, whether you're wearing tighter pants or different kind of pants, shorts, what have you, to make sure that you're drawing it and you're drawing it safely. For something like wearing it around the house and having deep concealment, if you have to have a shirt tucked in, you tuck in the shirt and it goes behind the entire holster. With some inside the waistband holsters that you're probably used to, you can tuck in the shirt and tuck it into the actual holster, but there's still a poof because you can't tuck it in past the actual inside the waistband holster. This is different. You can tuck it in as long as your shirt ends because it goes right past the holster. So something like wearing a suit, this is great if you're worried about workplace violence and you're not worried about being immediately targeted. You're not worried about a mugging. You're not worried about a threat in walking to your car kind of thing, but instead you're worried about active shooter, workplace violence, someone targeting someone else and you responding, or home defense where you have advance notice of a threat. This would be something that is extremely comfortable and allows you to carry all the time. It won't replace your normal holster, but it should have a place in your considerations for additional holsters.